Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I'm just
Hello?
confirming that the meeting's not going.
Thank you, everyone on the...
Okay, go ahead.
So we are not starting yet. You are not missing anything. We are having a video issue here in council chambers, which we are trying to resolve. That's why if you are on Springs TV, or if you're looking at Channel 18, you don't see anything yet, nothing broadcasting, because we are not yet broadcasting. We won't start until that broadcast goes up, because that's how you on the phone call, if you've called in, that's how you will see and hear what's happening here in council chambers. So we're in a holding pattern right now.
Hi, I have a quick question. There's some people I know that are unable to join the meeting. They get the message that they're connecting to the meeting, then it says they can't on the phone.
Okay. Thank you. We are most definitely having a couple technical glitches. So we are trying to admit people into the meeting, and we're having some trouble here. So we're on the phone with IT, trying to resolve it, and we will not be starting until we can resolve the issue with people joining the meeting as well as the video. So hold tight, everyone. We're trying to work through some of these issues. Commissioner Almy, do you happen to be one of the call-in attendees? No, Commissioner Almy? How about Commissioner Ricketts? Are either one of you on the line? I did, but I feel like I'm not seeing him now.
I'm still on the line. This is Rickett.
Okay, are you on the, just to help us brainstorm what's going on here, are you on a call-in line, or are you through Microsoft Teams, Commissioner?
Teams.
Hey, this is Reggie, but I came in through Teams also.
So you're both in via Teams?
Yeah, but everything blank though, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I did see a video pop up. Somebody turned their camera on for a minute, so it is live.
Hold on.
Okay, thanks everyone. Just hold tight. We're trying to figure out what the issue is here.
Yes, this is a resident of Colorado Springs. I am watching channel 880, and it is showing a meeting from March 9th. We're still dealing with the technical issue.
Of course you are.
Okay, everyone who's joined the meeting, we need to let you know right now we are having technical difficulties. We are trying to remedy that. The meeting will not start until we get the technical issues fixed. So if you could please be patient, we will get back to you as soon as we get more information.
Oh, are we
supposed
to stay on the phone?
Yes, you can stay on the line, but we just need you to stay mute, and we're trying to fix the technical issues.
Okay, so this is not something that's going to take 2 hours, because I'm supposed to be working too, and I'm trying to listen to it.
Yep, there's nothing we can do about that, ma'am. I'm sorry. It's an inconvenience for everyone, but this is what we have to deal with right now.
All right.
So we gotta be quiet. They're still having issues.
I'm letting everyone know I am muting you all now. So just be aware that you won't be able to talk to us. You will be muted.
Oh, okay, she's muting us, so.
Commissioner Slattery, are you on the call this morning?
And you might be muted, Commissioner Slattery.
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Thank you. Are you through Teams, or are you just calling in?
I'm on the Teams app.
Okay, great. Typically the Teams app will show us participants, and it's just not showing. It's not showing what commissioners are in via Teams. So we're just trying to make sure that you're all in there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thanks.
Thank you. I don't know if anybody can hear me, but there's a lot of people out here that can't hear you.
Thanks, everyone. What's happening right now is we're having some technical difficulties with Springs TV and getting the video and the audio up so everyone can hear and see. Nothing's going on yet here in council chambers. We're in a holding pattern, so you're not missing anything. We'll make sure to make an announcement when we fix our technical issue and the meeting will start.
Of course, technical issue. 30 minutes later, it can be that. It's our last chance. Back to the hotel.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, is there anyone on the line? Yes, there's a bunch of people on the line. They're having technical issues. They won't start the meeting until they have those issues resolved. Okay, got it. Well, I just want to let you know that people are having trouble dialing in. They're dialing in. I had to dial in 5 times, and each time it would say it was connecting, and then it says there's an error connecting. There's a lot of people trying to get in the call that cannot get in. So they're working on that. That's part of the technical issues. Got it. I just want to make sure that you guys knew that people were unable to attend because of that.
I object to you building all these apartments that would destroy such a beautiful landmark. I can't hear any part of your meeting.
Ma'am, the meeting hasn't started yet. They're having technical issues, and they won't start the meeting until they have those technical issues resolved and they can get Springs TV up and running.
Okay, do you know approximately what time that's going to be so I can join the meeting?
I don't. But
Okay.
you could leave Springs TV on, and once it starts, then you could call back in. You'll see it start on Springs TV.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Hello, just a comment. Thank you for letting us know that are on the line that the meeting is delayed until the TV is turned on. I do not have access to Springs TV, and I don't know if the status of this meeting can be posted on your Facebook page or otherwise. Many of us want to be here and be counted, possibly speak, but this isn't being conducted in a really transparent way. So if there's any way you can communicate the status of this more fully, not on Springs TV or Comcast, many of us don't have that, it would be helpful. Just a comment. Again, we want to participate. I'm a Springs native, and I want to object to this rezoning effort.
I'll let Megan answer that one. I don't have Facebook, so I don't know if they can do that or not. But we'll check and see.
Hey, thanks, Marty. Right now we are having an issue because MS Teams only allows 250 participants. So we are trying to figure out exactly how we are going to deal with this because we want to listen to the public's comments. However, we may need to have everyone watch on Springs TV when that is up and only call in when we're ready for public comment, and then we would ask you to hang up after that so that more people could call in. So that's where we're at right now, and I will update you in a few minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, again, if there's some way that all of us that would like to at least have our vote for this, our voice counted, that would be a fair and just way to do it. Thank you very much. I appreciate your technical difficulties. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We are really scrambling to try and get this fixed.
Hi, can I say something about your comment about having people come in, get off the call, and watch on Springs TV?
You can.
Okay, thank you. I think that's an unfair request at the last minute. People have planned maybe to call in and don't have access to a TV. So you saying you need to get off the call and watch on TV is not at all acceptable.
Okay, I appreciate your comment. We are doing the best we can to try and figure out what is there, and we are working on this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. I just also wanted to comment that it might be a better option to reschedule this meeting so that...
I'd just like to comment that I agree with the previous woman who mentioned that it might be a good idea to postpone this.
I would agree with that. If we can't get more than 250 people on public participation, obviously this is a hot topic.
I agree.
We don't. And
I agree with rescheduling.
Increase on the fly. You're probably going to have to work with your service provider to get a higher subscription count.
I agree with rescheduling.
Also, I just want to comment the timing, if it's done in the evening when more folks are available, I think that would also be very helpful.
Hello, I just wanted to check in to see where we're at with the technical difficulties. Thank you.
Yeah, they still haven't started, so we'll have to see if they can get this resolved or if they maybe reschedule. I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you so much.
I think we all understand that technical difficulties are out beyond the control of City Council, but this is seriously a mess. Meeting on a workday morning. I think the meeting is progressing on Springs TV. The mayor is speaking right now.
Yeah, that's an older City Council meeting recording that is on there. It is not the Planning Commission.
I just want to make a comment. I don't have Springs TV or Comcast, but my neighbor sent me a link to watch the meeting. Again, it's broadcasting one from the past, but the link is coloradosprings.granicus, GRANICUS.com, and that's Colorado Springs live stream. For those folks who could perhaps watch on another device. I'm just going to watch it on my iPad and keep my phone call live on my iPhone. But you need to, if you can communicate how the majority of us can get our opinion heard and you at least get our heads counted, that you know how big the opposition is to this, or the support, which I think is limited, it would really be helpful. So whatever you can come up with, I sure would appreciate it, and I appreciate technical difficulties. But you should know that many of us in this community do want to be heard on this issue, and we can't hear what's going on at all. So rescheduling and coming up with a different plan would be really a great idea. Support whatever efforts you can make and how you can communicate it quickly.
Can we please reschedule this?
Are people on the line waiting to get connected from the main meeting?
Well, I think it should be rescheduled.
I agree.
I mean, we wasted 45 minutes doing nothing.
I agree. It should be rescheduled.
Reschedule it.
We're still working on figuring out what we're doing there.
They currently have us muted.
Thank you, everybody.
They can't hear us.
We can absolutely hear you. We're still sitting here in council chambers. I want to thank you for your patience. I don't have anything to say other than we are in a technical snafu here, and we are in a holding pattern. So if you've just joined the call, you're not missing anything. We're working out our technical issues to find a solution for moving forward.
Please just reschedule this meeting.
Yeah, this is supposed to be rescheduled. This is ridiculous. We got people working, and it's already at a non-conducive time, and
This is outrageous. This should have been taken care of before the.
There are several people who still can't get onto the call as well.
Reschedule this meeting.
I think it's best if we reschedule and the council moves to use Teams live events so they can have more than 250 participants.
My understanding is Teams Live can have up to 10,000 participants. Please reschedule this with appropriate tech.
Yeah, this meeting needs to be rescheduled, and next time they need to get more.
Yes, please. I think less people will be upset. I think less
If there is a moderator, if there is a moderator responsible for muting our phones, this call is for the citizens of Colorado Springs. We should have the right to speak for more than 3 seconds before you decide to shut us down.
Does anybody know who's in charge of this?
Better question, is anybody in charge of this?
Can you hear me now? Can you tell if I'm on mute? Marty, this is Scott. Can you hear me?
Yes, Scott, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you, Reggie. For those of you who are on the line right now, either watching on Springs TV, on Teams, or on phone or whatever, my name is Scott Henty. I'll be the acting chair of the Planning Commission this morning. Trust me, we are all as frustrated as you are. The 9 of us on the Planning Commission are all private citizens also. This is cutting into our time as much as it's cutting into yours. We ask your patience on this. We want to get through this as much as you do. We want to get through this, and we want to hear from everybody in the public that wants to speak. So we ask that your patience, believe me, we are as frustrated. I can't emphasize this enough. We are as frustrated as you are. We would like to get this meeting going. We have made commitments to people, both in the neighborhood as well as the city staff, as well as the presenters, that we were going to have this meeting today, and we would like to keep to our commitments that we've made to those. So please be patient with us. Like I said, we share your frustration, and like you, we are also private citizens who have other things that we could be doing too. So thank you very much for your patience.
Scott, just a suggestion. Is there any way that the people who are busy in meetings and can't stay on the line for any reason, could they send possibly no more than a 2-minute message clip via email, and where they can voice their concerns or whatever, or be able to send an email no more than X amount of words, and so they can at least send that today, and you'll receive it by the end of the day?
The question is, can you send an email with your comments? The answer is yes. And if you give me a second, I'll give you a good email address where you can send those to. You've always been able to comment by email for this as part of the public process. I know that because we have received many emails on this. But if you'll give me a second, I'll give you a good email address where those comments can be sent.
With those comments being sent, though, will there be acknowledgement that they have been read? I mean, because everyone can say, oh, I sent an email, but then, there's groups out there, I'm not referring to this planning group, but there's groups out there that say, yes, we got your emails, and they may have gotten them, but didn't really acknowledge or take the time to actually read them and interpret people's, opinions.
I understand. I just want to make sure I'm giving you a good email address before I speak to the issue.
Sure, I understand. Thank you for doing that.
This is another commissioner. I can tell you as well that we read every email, and there's hundreds in some of these, especially this particular case, and we literally read hundreds of them. So, yes, we do read those and take those very seriously. Thank you.
Thank you. Another idea, I know people do have Facebook and some don't. Is there any way, on a website, that you guys can link, send on the primary website where the Planning Commission is and it explains everything going on? Can you provide possibly get people's comments, and people have to send them in by the end of the business day,
somehow people can, in your end, can create like a survey, kind of taking in everyone's ideas, and then just providing a survey on your website that is open tomorrow, for example, until Monday by 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And so people can actually, those who weren't able to participate in the meeting can say, yes, I agree with this, or no, I don't, or something like that. Is that a possibility?
You've asked me a question that probably has some legal ramifications in terms of once we begin, this will be a public hearing that we are governed by both city and state laws in terms of how we conduct public hearings and how we make those comments and how we do that. And so I don't really want to, I'm not trying to avoid your question. I just don't want to give you false information because it probably is a legal answer more than and I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give that. But let me tell you, if you do want to send emails, and I would tell you that if you want to send an email, please do it now, because that way they become part of the public record. If we have this meeting today, and if we go through the process, and you send that email after the public hearing is conducted and after a decision is made by the Planning Commission, a recommendation by the Planning Commission, they will not be part of the public record. But if you'd like to send, and I know many of you have sent emails because I've seen them all, I've read them all, both prior to this meeting as well as the one we had 2 months ago. But if you'd like to send an email, I'm going to give you an address, and I'll spell it out, so please bear with me, but it's caitlin.wentz@coloradosprings.gov. That's K as in kilo, A as in alpha, T as in Tom, E as in echo, L as in Lima, Y as in Yankee, N November, N as November, .Wentz, W as in Wednesday, I as in India, N as November, T as in Tom, Z as in Zulu, @coloradosprings.gov. And if you'd like to send an email, you can do that. But if you're going to send it, I would request that you do it now. I will also caution you that assuming if we can have the meeting this morning, there's probably, I'm not sure a lot of the commissioners would be able to read your email because we're going to be sitting here running the meeting, conducting the meeting, and I don't want to divert our attention to reading emails. But you can send those, and they would become part of the public record. I know that's not a perfect solution, but it's a start in the right. It's a start. So thank you.
Of course. Thank you for providing that email, sir. Can you also tell us, is it by the end of the meeting is when there would be a suggestion, or will it be a few hours after the meeting has been concluded?
No, after the meeting is concluded, that would be our public meeting, our public session would be over, and a recommendation would be made as part of that public session to council. Remember, we are not the final determining authority. What we do is we make a recommendation to city council. City council can either accept that recommendation, override it, modify, do whatever. All we are is an advisory to city council. They make the final decision on land use matters.
So we may only have like 2 hours, is kind of what you're saying, before that recommendation has been able to be provided. Is that
until the end of the public hearing, however long? Until the end of the public hearing, however long that would take.
Okay. Is anyone monitoring possibly Facebook or Twitter?
Given that we're having technical difficulties, I would like to request that we get a longer period of time versus 2 hours, because I don't think that's quite, again, long enough to regroup or get the inputs that could have been available had we not had the technical difficulties. And I'm not sure how to unmute. Is it just *6? Or mute, I should say?
*6. *6 is the way to unmute, but right now we are trying to get everything set up so that we can start the meeting. So if everyone can mute themselves, and that is, if you're on the phone, that's *6 as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Please state the parameters of the timing on the meeting as soon as you know it. If this is a legal public hearing, we need to know what we're dealing with. Thank you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
happy Thursday. Yay! What? You want me to talk like this? My radio voice. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much, everyone. Good morning. We do sincerely apologize for this delay. It is, to a large degree, kind of beyond today's control.